to you on episode 1 of season 12 of The Biggest Loser, brought to you by The Biggest Loser Resort at Fitness Ridge. First of all, I'm so excited to talk about this season because Biggest Loser obviously is kind of my thing, and I love talking about it. And these 15 contestants on season 12 are all absolutely amazing. I mean, they all just seem like such sweethearts, and I already adore all of them just by watching this episode. As the episode starts, they're all in a Biggest Loser bus, and they are going to a desert, and they're dropped off in this desert. And it's kind of freaky because I know if I was dropped off in a desert, I'd be like, what have I gotten myself into? But they're all just kind of standing there looking around, wondering what's going on. And of course, the beautiful Alison Sweeney shows up and she says, you know what, you're near Death Valley in the desert and this is where your journey begins. And she asks everyone to line up in order of the numbers on their shirts. They all are in gray shirts with numbers on them. So they line up from the lowest number to the highest number. And she asks the 5 people in the beginning of the line to scoot to the left, the 5 people at the end of the line to scoot to the right, and she tells them that these are the 3 teams. And it's the Biggest Loser battle of the ages. There's the young team versus the old team versus the middle team. And I think it's so cool to have 5 people on your team right off the bat, a couple other people to rely on your team. I think it's really cool. And of course, you have to have the trainers, and the trainers are introduced. They come off of CH46s, which I think is so awesome. Like, I've never seen anything like this in Biggest Loser history, to see all of these trainers come off these huge planes. Of course, Bob is first, and then Anna and Dolvett are introduced, and they kind of start running away towards the finish line of something, and we're not sure what that is yet. And then Alison announces that as a team, they will have to finish a 1-mile race. And so I'm looking at the teams, I'm like, okay, this young team has this. Like, there's no way that they're not going to win this. They look so strong. Every single one of them is just, yes, they're bigger people, but they look so strong. So I'm pulling for my young people, but so they start the race, and the young people, of course, are in the lead, and they have a great lead on both teams in the beginning. And then all of a sudden, the middle team takes the lead. They go ahead of this younger team, and I'm like, what's going on? Because of course everyone's fighting for Bob. The young people want Bob, the old people want Bob, the middle team wants Bob. So really this is a race to who gets Bob. You know, in the meantime, the older team, they're all just walking to the finish line. But for me, I think that's awesome. I think that finishing the race, no matter what, is what counts. You know, you have to finish what you start. And as long as they're getting there slowly but surely, that's all that matters. So anyways, the middle team, as they're overtaking the younger team, I'm like, who is going to win this battle? Like, what's going to happen? Somehow that middle team beats the younger team and they get to Bob. So of course, you know, Bob is the black team and he takes the middle team, and it's an awesome moment to see that, you know, to see that they got what they wanted. And in second place, the red team, which will be the younger people, is Dolvett's team. And it's so funny to me that they picked Dolvett over Anna, because I feel like Dolvett's kind of like the underdog here. Like, no one knows Dolvett as much as they would know Anna, and so I think it's you know, a pretty big leap of faith taking Dolvett, but I think it's awesome that the younger team took them. In the meantime, we look down and the older team is still very far away, and Anna starts running out towards her team, and then in Biggest Loser form and fashion, of course, every single person that's standing in that desert runs towards the older team. And I think it's so awesome, and it proves the point that we're all in this together, no matter what. Whether you're on a show, whether you're young, whether you're old, no matter what, we're all in this together. And everyone on this season is proving that. So congratulations to every single person on season 12 for going out and representing what this show, I feel, is about, and that is to prove that we can all do this no matter what. One step at a time, we'll get there. The blue team, which will be Anna's team, the older people, and every other person cross that finish line together, and they're all united as one. And it's really awesome to see. I teared up during that moment, just seeing how everyone just intertwines together and how awesome it really is. And then Alison throws a little twist into this whole mix of things, and she says that at the end of the season, no matter when you're eliminated, whether you're eliminated week 1 or the last week, you will be running the Biggest Loser marathon, and if you win the marathon, you'll be a finalist. And to me, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, it's crazy that they're doing this, and I think it's awesome. I wish they would have done it on our season, because I know that I loved running, and I still love running. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I really believe that if I would have set my mind to it, I could do the marathon. I could have won the marathon, and I just hope that everyone, as overwhelming as it sounds now for these people, I hope they realize that no matter what, as long as they finish, that's all that matters. And I'm really excited to see that last episode when everyone's running the marathon, to see who wins and takes that final spot in the final four. So I think it's really cool. Then we, of course, cut to all of the workouts. We start with the first workout, which is always the hardest workout. I'm telling you, I remember that day, and it was one of the hardest days, the hardest workouts of my entire life. I see, you know, there's puking, there's crying, there's all kinds of different emotions going on in these first workouts, and, you know, Bob is, of course, just handing everyone their butts on a silver platter, and he really takes Antone under his wing, and he really wants the best for him, and I think that's awesome to see. Dolvet, he just takes his team and just, you know, grinds them to the ground, and I think it's awesome to see that. Anna is doing with her team as much as she can do. You know, it's going to be much easier for a younger person to work out at a higher intensity than it is for an older person, but that doesn't mean that they can't do it. And I think that blue team is proving that they're doing all that they can do, and that's what matters. So seeing the first workout, the last chance workout, all these workouts, it's great to see it, and it brings back a lot of memories from the ranch. Then the weigh-in comes along, and Alison says they're going to weigh in from oldest to youngest. So the blue team, Anna's team, starts, and you know, Bonnie only loses 4 pounds in the first week. Debbie loses 6 pounds. The guys pull out pretty great numbers, and they have a team total of 49 pounds. And then the black team weighs in, and I'm like, okay, you know, this is Bob's team. I know it's going to be huge, but I never imagined it was going to be as big as it was. I mean, we have a 37, a 32, 19, all different huge numbers, and as a team, they lost 126 pounds. So, of course, they're in the lead, and it comes down to the red team, Dolvet's team. And they just have to lose more weight than the blue team to make sure that they all assure themselves a spot. And of course they pull it out. They lose 89 pounds as a team, and they look strong, and it's awesome. But the blue team is going to have to send someone home this week, so they have to go into deliberation. You know, they go into deliberation, and something that really kind of rubbed me the wrong way was that Debbie decides to call out Bonnie on how annoying she is, and I just don't understand why that needs to be said in deliberation. I don't think that kind of energy in the house is needed. So it's kind of between Bonnie and Debbie who they're gonna decide to send home, and ultimately they pick Debbie to go home. Unfortunately, and you know, it's sad, but someone has to go home every week. That's just how this game goes. But Debbie is doing wonderfully. They show her where she is now, and she's 215 pounds, and she looks and feels fabulous. And I think that is what matters most, is that she's feeling great from the inside out. And so it's just so great to see that. And Debbie, I wish you the very best of luck. I can't wait to meet you at the finale. Also, you know, just seeing everyone on this season. I mean, Vinny, his personality to me just seems awesome. I think America is going to fall in love with him, and I wish him the very best of luck. And seeing Jessica, who just looks like this strong girl. I would be scared to be on her season. I mean, she looks so strong and so determined to do this. You know, there's Big John. Just the way that he speaks will stop someone. Like, you want to listen to what John is saying. Joe, he just seems like the sweetest man. Courtney, of course I'm partial to Courtney. She's drop dead gorgeous. I mean, she's a beautiful girl, it seems like, from the inside out, and I think that she's going to be a huge force this season. Everyone down the line is awesome, and I wish them all the very best of luck. I cannot wait to talk to you guys next week on week 2 of my Diets and Review recap. Also, I'll be doing Weighing In with Susie on Reality Nation, so make sure you check into that too. I just adore all of you. Thank you all so much for listening and watching, and I can't wait to talk to you next week. Have a great week.